So here's a wild story for you. We're going to talk about how a British sports car brand that's been around for a century is using its founder's original vision to completely shake up the modern electric vehicle market. Let's get into the incredible strategy behind the new MG4.
To really get what MG is doing today, you have to go way back to its founder, William Morris, and this one core idea he had. He believed that the thrill of driving a sports car shouldn't just be for the rich. He wanted to give that feeling to everybody. Now, that was a pretty radical idea back in the 1920s. And believe it or not, it's the exact same idea that's causing a huge stir in the EV market right now.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How does a philosophy from the Jazz Age become the secret weapon for a brand new electric car in our time? Well, the answer is this really fascinating mix of history, brand new tech, and a strategy that is frankly incredibly bold.
All right, first things first. Before we can even talk about batteries and charging and all that, we need to take a quick trip back in time to a little place called Morris Garages. You see, MG wasn't born in some giant corporate boardroom. It started in a garage, fueled by a pure passion for taking regular cars and making them faster, cooler, and just more fun to drive. That idea of accessible performance, that became its DNA. And it's that exact same spirit that they're now rebooting for this new electric century. And this is the absolute key to the whole thing. William Morris's mission was all about what he called equal rights for drivers. He looked at the joy people got from sports cars and just asked, why should only wealthy people get to feel this? So his whole brand was built on bringing that feeling of freedom and excitement to as many people as possible. It wasn't just a business model, it was a deep-seated belief. Okay, so let's fast forward 100 years. The cars are electric now, obviously. But MG is making the case that the founder's original dream is more important than ever. So, how exactly do you go about electrifying a dream? So you might be wondering, how on earth do you make a founder from a century ago feel relevant now? Well, MG's answer is pretty wild. You turn him into an AI. They created this digital Morris, an avatar that's built right into the car's system. It's designed to channel that original spirit into a smart, interactive co-pilot for today's driver. And look, this isn't just some cute little animation on a screen. It's totally integrated. When you're driving, it's your co-pilot. When you're in the showroom, it's your personal guide. And when you're on your phone, it's your remote assistant. They've basically turned their own brand history into a useful piece of everyday technology. Okay, so the branding is super clever, the story is great, but is anybody actually buying it? Well, it turns out this mix of old school philosophy and new school tech is hitting home in a huge way, even before the car was even officially for sale.
The reaction was just immediate and massive. In only 24 days of pre-sales, MG locked in over 45,000 orders. That's not just a little bit of interest. That is the market shouting that this message and this car is hitting all the right notes.
And what's really fascinating is who these people are. It's not just one niche group. You've got refined moms making up a third of the buyers, but right alongside them are young families and tech-focused youthful players. It just goes to show you that the car's appeal is incredibly broad, somehow managing to pull in all these different types of customers at the same time. And here's the real kicker. You'd think people would just go for the cheapest model, right? Nope, not at all. Over half of all the pre-orders were for the two most expensive, longest range versions. And get this, over 3/4 of people chose the premium Donglai purple color. This tells you that customers aren't just looking for a bargain. They're actively choosing the high-end tech that MG is suddenly making affordable. So as all this initial feedback started to pour in, MG noticed something. One phrase kept popping up over and over again. Unexpectedly good. Customers were just blown away that a car at this price could have so much space, so many fancy features, and such great safety tech. They felt like they were getting way more than they paid for. So all of this, the history, the AI, the crazy pre-order numbers, the glowing reviews, it's all leading up to this one moment, the main event, the official launch. And the big question was still hanging in the air, what would the final price actually be? Now, just to set the scene, the pre-sale price for the top-tier model was already seen as a really good deal at around 105,000 yuan. So most people were expecting the final prices to land somewhere right in that neighborhood. They were wrong. Very wrong. At the launch event, MG didn't just meet expectations, they absolutely shattered them. First, a really well-equipped model dropped to a shocking 8,300 yuan. But then the next one fell even further. You can just imagine the gasps in the room as these numbers kept on dropping.
And then came the starting price, under 70,000 yuan. I mean, that's already a total game changer. But they still weren't finished.
The final knockout punch was a simple, no questions asked subsidy for everyone, which brought the starting price down to an almost unbelievable 65,800 yuan. With that single number, MG dragged a feature-packed modern EV into a price bracket nobody thought was even possible.
And they didn't even stop there. They bundled the car with this whole suite of perks, basically designed to erase any doubt you might have. We're talking a lifetime warranty, a free charging station, and even a promise to replace the whole car if the battery has a catastrophic failure. This wasn't just about a low price, it was a strategy to remove every single risk for the customer.
And that brings us to the most crucial point of all. The MG4 isn't just some one-off stunt. It is the first move in a 10 billion yuan plan to keep doing this exact same thing. Their stated goal is to take tomorrow's expensive technology, things like level 3 driving assist and solid-state batteries, and force it into today's affordable cars. It's the founder's dream. Only now, it's backed by billions.
Which leaves us with this final thought. MG took a 100-year-old dream about making sports cars for everyone and applied it to cutting-edge EV technology. By using that history as their North Star to deliver incredible value at a price nobody saw coming, they're not just selling another car. They might just be rewriting the rules for what an affordable electric car can, and frankly should be, for everyone. That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed quick look into the new MG4, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and let me know in the comments, would you buy this? Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.